Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the 10 a.m. section of the Digital Student Leaders with Adobe Express. I am so thrilled to be here. My name is Tanya Avrith, and I will be one of your co-hosts this morning. And I work on the education team and live in South Florida. And I am so thrilled to be joined by the amazing
Jeffrey Heil. And I get to balance her out because I am also very excited to be here, but I am on the other coast. I am in Southern California in San Diego. So she and I have to balance. If we were not on the coast at the same time, there would be a little bit of an imbalance in the earth. There would be an imbalance in the earth. And why is that relevant today, Tanya?
It is relevant today, Jeff, because we are celebrating Earth Day with you this morning. So we're so thrilled to be sharing a really fun activity. And Jeff, what is the activity that we will be doing today?
Well, besides the fact that we're beyond excited to celebrate Earth Day, we're doing it a day early. We're doing it on Fernando Tatis.
2 days early, actually.
I thought it was the 21st. Isn't today the
22nd?
I don't know. Well, whenever, every day should be Earth Day, right, Tanya? So wouldn't it be cool though if we could create something to celebrate Earth Day, like something that maybe like a website using Adobe Express? That's something we could do. Is that something we could do?
It is definitely something.
What would you pay? What would you pay if I could do that for you?
Well, none of you are paying anything.
Exactly.
But we are going to be
celebrating.
Free? Yes, we are going to be celebrating Earth Day with you this morning. And we're going to be showing you how to create a web page using Adobe Express. So by the end of today's session, you will be pros, web developers,
published authors.
Published authors. And we're going to walk you through step by step how to create your very own Adobe Express web page. All you need to do is show up and we will take care of the rest. So let me get you started at the beginning of this class so that you have everything you need to be successful for the next 45 minutes.
And if you are able to chat with us on the YouTube stream, please say hi. Tell us where you are, what grade you teach, and so we can give you a shout out. That would be awesome.
Yes, I mean, we have Ms. Gilday here. Woo! Hi, Ms. Gilday. Welcome. So please share.
We're so happy to have you.
Yes, we're so happy to have you. So if you can, please go ahead and in the chat in YouTube, add where you're joining us from, how many students you have in your room with you live. We would love to just say hi and give you a shout out. But we will be here and you're able to join and share any questions that you have while we have this going. So feel free to do that. All right. So let's get started, Jeff.
Let's talk resources.
Yeah, I'm going to get you guys ready and share what you need to have on your computer set up for you to be successful this morning. So first things first, I just added a little banner, little ticker underneath. So if you look below, there's a link and your teacher should have access to this link as well. So hopefully they've shared it with you ahead of time. But if they didn't, that's okay. That's all right, because you're able to access it just by going on to
open up a new tab.
Yeah. So if you go into a new tab and you in the little box here where you would put the website, you're going to just go bit.ly/Express Earth Challenge.
All lowercase.
All lowercase. Not in the Google box. You need to do this where you would put the website on the top over here.
It's actually Omnibox.
Omnibox. That's right. So you're going to put that right over there. Okay. And it'll take you to this page. Now, once you have this page open, there's a second tab I want you to open. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down. Okay. And you're going to
Tanya, we have Miss Shearer's class here, 19 excited kids, and Miss Sanchez has a class with were they both 19? Both of them have 19. Miss Page is here and they have 36 students. So oh my gosh.
That's
Woohoo!
amazing! And I see so many students from Pembroke Lakes Elementary. Hi! We're so excited to have you.
I had to do it. I had to do it for you.
I'm so happy. Well, I know your teachers. Welcome. It's so good to have you, and it's so good to have you from Ethan Allen School. Good morning. Oh my goodness. This just made my day.
See? I had to stop you. I had to stop you.
Miss Rivero's class. Hello. Oh my people. I'm so excited. I'm so happy
It's
to
the little
see
things. It is the little things for Tanya. Yes.
I know. Well, I'm going to be going to see all the students in real life next month. So I'm so excited. Okay. All right. Now I'm even more excited. Okay.
So we have used the link at the bottom. I caused all this ruckus. So we are using the session materials link. We have to have that because from that, we're going to get the materials we need to create our website. So
Absolutely.
the bit.ly Express Earth challenge at the bottom, make sure teachers write it on the boards for the kids, whatever we need to do. We need to get to this beautiful page that Tanya designed. Don't you feel like that tree looks magical that she is displaying for you?
Really
like,
okay. So the page
it's kind of like Avatar without like a separate world where everybody's coming together at the sacred tree. Don't you feel that way?
Oh, I do. I love it. Well, it's Earth Day and we are going to celebrate the
I
Earth
know.
today. So let's get started. So Jeff, they need to make sure they have this page open, the banner.
Yes.
We'll take
We're
them
gonna
there.
leave this open for the whole day.
And then they need to search. They need to click on the words button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is going to take them to a document. And in this document, it's just a web document that they can access. So they can access all of the words for today. Okay. So this is going to give them access to all of the paragraphs that we're going to be using.
All the text we need for our website. All of the text we need.
Everything they need will be on here. So they need to make sure, you all need to make sure that you're, so many people on it. That's a good sign. Yes. So you all need to make sure that you're in here because this is going to be all of the text that you're going to be using to create your web pages today.
There seem to be 4 main ideas here on this document. Is that correct?
Right. So the second thing I want you to, so the third thing that I want to make sure everyone does right now is they're going to open up another tab. And I know, we have a lot of people here from Pembroke Lakes Elementary. I know that you use Clever. So you're going to, if you use Clever or ClassLink, or you use your district credentials,
whatever the district credential,
your portal, okay, you're going to go in wherever you would go in to log into Adobe Express. And you're going to go and find the tile with Adobe Express, okay? And it's going to look like this little logo, or it might look like an infinity symbol if your district hasn't updated the new logo. And you're going to click on that, and you're going to open up Adobe Express inside of another tab. And it will look like this when you log in. All right, so
this is our home page. This is our home page.
Oh my goodness. I see also, guess what? We have another student.
Oh, yes, we do.
Class from Lauderdale Lakes Middle. Hello. Oh my gosh. I love all of you guys. I'm so happy you're here. So you are going to make sure that you have open the page, the documents, and you're going to go into Clever or ClassLink or whatever it is that you use at your school district. And you're going to log into Adobe Express. All right, let me give you all.
How do I know, Tanya? How do I know when I'm on the home page where I should be? How do I know that? What should I see in the upper left-hand corner? Should I see a purple button?
A that says, and then the logo of Adobe Express on the top left corner. Okay, and you'll also see this little plus button, so you'll know that you're in when you can see these things.
Awesome.
Okay. So we're going to get started in just a moment. So everybody give your teacher a thumbs up that you have the web page, you've opened the document from the web page right over here. You want to make sure you open that link, and you're going to make sure that you have Adobe Express open. So 3 tabs, because we're going to be switching between tabs. Teachers, you're going to want to make sure that your students know how to copy and paste text today. So
their device.
if you want to just give them a quick little reminder, I'll wait a second. But everybody is going to need to know how they copy and paste. That's important to our activity today. So just make sure that you either write it on the board or that they are all aware of how they do it, because every computer is different. That's why I'm not saying which way. I don't want to confuse it. It might look different if you're using a Chromebook or a MacBook or whatever computer you use, okay? So make sure that your teacher is telling you how, and you're going to be copying and pasting that text. All right, Jeff. So what we're doing today is we're going to be creating a web page, and we're going to be using all of the text that is in this Google Doc, but we're going to break down our session today into 4 sections. So Jeff, how do I usually teach this? What do I usually do?
I think that we should start with an I do.
Yes.
Where Tanya is going to show you how to get started. Then there will be a we do. And I will even participate in that. She is going to have us along with her do it. And we are hoping at that point that you are all capable of supporting each other and will be able to keep creating. So and we're going to do it 4 times.
We're going to do it 4 times. So by the second time, it's going to repeat. So we do it 4 times. And I do, we do, I do, we do, I do, we do. So you have plenty of time to work with me and see how I do it. And then by the end, you're going to be such pros. Okay. And feel free to ask questions. We're in the chat, so you can go ahead and ask questions as well. All right. You ready, Jeff?
I am ready.
Are you ready, students?
Yay!
Okay.
I was speaking for them since they can't use their mics.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go to the plus button on the top left corner of the home screen. And that's going to ask me what I want to create. And I'm going to go down where it says web page. And I'm going to click on that. Right? So don't forget, I'm going to do this again. So now I'm doing, and then we're going to do what we do. So just watch and listen. Okay? So when I did that, it opened up a blank web page, and I'm going to give it a name. And the name I'm going to give it is actually the same name that is the title of this Google Doc. And I click on green technology. I actually copied it on my computer and I pasted it. If you want, you can also just write it. Okay.
Feature in you. I could just not have that technology be a lowercase t. So we capitalize the D in green.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna keep it in uppercase because it's my title, and then you're gonna give it a subtitle, and that subtitle will be your name. And in this case, I'm going to add Jeff because Jeff and I are collaborating. Well, not on the same document, but we are working together. So I'm going to add him because he's going to be a contributor. So I added my title, Jeff, Green Technology, and then my subtitle, which was our name. And then there's a little plus button here. And watch what happens. So I can choose different layouts, but we're going to choose a photo. So I'm going to go ahead and click on photo. And like I'm going to search in the photos for green technology. Okay. So all these beautiful images. Look at these, Jeff.
Wow.
All right, Jeff. So I have
I like the human connection.
Yeah.
So pick something that has hands or something in it. I think that helps me think about when I think of Earth Day, I think of what I can do to contribute.
Oh, I do agree with that. I like this because it has all these things you can do. Look, this is so perfect, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can choose the one that you want, but you're going to be going in and you're going to be adding your title, your subtitle, and an image. And I'm going to do it one more time because I told you I would. So I'm going to go over here when I get started. Now I'm going to do, I do. Now it's going to be we do. Okay. So if you want to follow along, go ahead. If you want to watch it one more time and then do it, that's okay as well. So I'm on here. I'm going to go to the plus button and I'm going to click on web page. And it's going to open up a blank web page and I'm going to give it a title. And in this case, I'm going to actually go up to the title here and I copied it, but you could just type it if you want. And I'm going to go green technology. And then here I'm going to go Tanya Avrith, and that's my subtitle. And I'm adding Jeff Heil. And then I'm going to go to the plus button. And I'm choosing a photo. And here I'm going to put in green technology again. I'm searching for green technology. And I'm going to grab an image. Now, all of these images are so beautiful, aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't think there's a bad choice. So think
No.
about if this was your Earth Day project, what picture would you want on the cover of your webpage, on the banner to represent Earth Day? There's no
This
wrong
one's
answer.
cool. Isn't that neat too?
And that kind of fits the technology piece there.
Yeah,
like
it
you've done.
does. Yeah, it does. Okay.
So you can choose the red planet or the blue planet.
That's right. So once you have that, and I'll give you just a second. So let's take a moment, finish that up. And while they're finishing that part up, this should just take another, minute or so. I'm going to explain what we're going to do next. So Jeff, what we're going to do as they're completing is we're going to be creating 4 different layouts. And we're going to add their texts and the images. And I'm going to show them how to do that. So they're going to be creating and publishing their writing. And Jeff, the reason that why do you think it's a good idea to not publish, to not do all of your rough draft writing inside of a page?
I think it just adds to that web pages don't do spell check. Web pages don't allow you to do collaboration necessarily in real time. So if I were doing this as a group project or an individual project, it's so much easier to do it on a doc where you can use spell check. We could collaborate much easier. And that way we've got, my brain is faster than my fingers. So I always misspell when I'm typing. I really enjoy having the ability to check that. And you're going to learn that when it's on this document, it is going to be so much easier to just copy and paste into a section of our
I like this to be where I have all my writing. It's done. It's edited. I have it organized. And then what I'm able to do is just grab it. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Right. So I'm going to just go in here. Okay. And I'm just going to grab the first chunk, which is under transparent solar panels, and I'm going to copy it. Okay. So remember, I'm going to do I do, and then we'll do we do again. Okay. So in here, I'm going to scroll down. And when I scroll down, Jeff, look what happens. It allows me to choose from all these different layouts that I can customize my page with. Okay. But for today, I'm going to be using 2 layouts. I'm going to be showing you all how to do 2 layouts. And the first one is split layout. So I'm going to click on split layout. And
so it creates 2 pieces.
So this is where I can add an image, and this is where I have my text. So I'm going to click on text. But remember what I did? I already copied the text. Remember that?
Correct.
So I'm going to just go ahead. I copied, and now I'm going to paste. That's why I said, teachers, you want to make sure your students know how to copy and paste. We'll need that skill for today. So I'm going to grab the text now, and I can customize it. I can modify it. I can fix it up. So first things first, I'm going to give it a header. So I can make it a big header or a small header. I can make this like more like a quote as a header. I can center it. So I'm going to do that. I did that. I used header 2 personally. I like it. It's not too big, not too small.
I do too.
And then I centered it.
And centering it. I love centering it on the text block.
Totally. It looks very professional. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this text and I'm going to cut it. Okay. So I have it saved, but I cut it because what I'm going to do, Jeff, is watch this. See this little plus button? I'm going to go to
So
video. Yep.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to paste it. And look what happens.
So it looks like in Pages that there are buttons above and below any element that I put in it. So we added what looked to be like 3 paragraphs of text that came in as 3 separate text boxes.
Yeah.
So then you made the first one the title, so by using the header, left the text, and then we were able to use the video.
Correct.
So I love that ability to make changes and to add things above or below. If I wanted to put a picture above transparent solar panels, I could have hit that plus button up there, right?
Absolutely. So I could go ahead here and always add more if I need.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It builds. So what I just did is I added a title, the body, and I took the video link and I was able to embed it. So it's now inside of the page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image, but I'm going to actually use one of the words within the paragraph because it's going to be the image that shows what I'm speaking about in the paragraph. So Jeff, do you want to read it for me?
Michigan State University created a transparent solar panel that could generate solar energy on any clear surface without affecting the view. It can be applied to cell phones, windows, buildings, and cars. Wow.
That's pretty cool. Okay. So that
right?
So I didn't even know that until I learned it through this. So Michigan State University has created transparent solar panels. How neat. So they're not.
And it looks like in that video thumbnail that person is holding a transparent
you can
solar
learn
panel.
more about it in the video. By the way, when this is done, you'll be able to take a look at it. So this is really interesting. So this paragraph is really about these transparent solar panels. But in this case, I'm going to actually just search for solar panels. Okay. So,
I like that.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab solar panel and I'm going to click add your image. And I'm going to find an image for solar panels. So
it's a good idea, Tanya. It's a good idea, right? To look for the main idea of my writing and then search for an image that supports that main idea, which is what you did.
Yes, absolutely. So this way, when we talk about solar panels, these are what they traditionally look like. And what's cool is now you can create these transparent ones so that they wouldn't like show up this way. So that's really interesting. So I would definitely want to watch that video later, not right now. So that was the first paragraph. I'm actually going to show the second one because it's the same as the first. And this way you'll know how to do both. And then we'll give you a moment to update both of them, okay? So what I will do, it's the same function as the solar panel, the transparent solar panels, is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to now copy the second paragraph. So I'm going to copy it and, oops, wrong one. I'm going to go back into Adobe and I'm going to just scroll down and I'm going to choose split layout.
So you're doing the same layout again.
So I'm doing the same type of layout again, but this time I'm going to show the second paragraph, but it's the same as doing the first. So if you needed to see it again, I'll do both and then I'll give you some time to do it again. Okay. So watch if you need me to watch. If you want to continue, you can, but it's the same thing for the second paragraph. So what I did is I added a split layout. I'm going to go here to text. I'm going to click V. So I'm going to paste it.
Love it.
And then I'm going to just adapt it, right? I'm going to modify it. So I used the second header. If I wanted to use the first one, I could, but I like the second one and I centered it. Then I'm going to just cut out, but it's copying the video. And I'm going to go under video and I'm going to paste the video. And there it is. Okay.
Love it.
And then I'm going to read the paragraph again. So the wave.
So what if our title is not centered?
Oh, oops. Good call out, Jeff. So I'm going to center the title. So I'm going to just go over here And I chose the middle one because it centers.
So you can center it, right justify, left
Yes.
justify, but
That's right. I could go like this, but I'm going to center it. Good call out.
like it. I like it.
Okay. So I'm going to read the paragraph again because I want to make sure I have the right theme for my image. So the waveline magnet is a spine-like device that floats on top of the sea in order to capture the kinetic energy of waves. So cool. It can provide substantial power on demand at a low cost while requiring minimum maintenance in any wave environment. Oh my God, how cool. And we're both on coast, and a lot of people that are joining today, yeah, they're in Florida. So imagine in the ocean, you can have this waveline magnet that will produce energy at a very low cost. It's very amazing, and it's green technology. So that's really powerful. So I did not know this until today. So that's exciting. So
I love that.
Jeff, what do you think I should look for in terms of the word that could help kind of show the power of wave tech energy?
I think the idea here is that we're gathering the energy from the power of the waves.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Instead of looking for this magnet that we probably couldn't find a picture for right now, let's go with the theme of that, harnessing the energy of the power of the waves, like some wind energy harnesses the power of the wind.
Agreed.
So I love that. And it does sort of represent us, except that on the West Coast, we actually have waves.
Very big ones. Yes, that's right. That is true. Ours are not necessarily.
So I love how we're thematically picking. We're picking images that represent. We're not just picking any image that looks cool.
No.
So if we were going to use this for writing, for storytelling, for other subjects, the beauty of using the web page here is that we can present the content, and notice it becomes now way more interesting, both visually with the picture of the wave and then conceptually with the video that supports the writing that we had. So we could do this with any subject.
Absolutely.
But I love these split layouts. Is there another way I could do it though? Are there any other layouts?
There are, but I'm going to give the students a second just to kind of catch up, because I did promise them the opportunity to just have a moment. So if they're following along, or I'm not sure if you're following along and you plan on having them continue, but I did want to give them a second. Also, if they have any questions, they can feel free to ask you. And if you can, to put them in the chat, I'm happy to answer.
Please.
But at this point,
I see a lot of copying on the document.
Yeah, I do too. So I'm going to give people a moment to catch up. So at this point, we have created our header.
Banner.
Right? The banner. Yes. With our
banner. Yeah.
Keep on messing that up. So
we got a title.
Banner with the title, and your subtitle will be your name. You should have, and what you're working on right now are your two first paragraphs, which are two different layouts, but they're both split screen. Right? So remember, you were able to press on the plus button, choose split screen. You had to go back in and you would copy, right?
Paste it back in.
And paste it back in. And then you would just change the different parts. Oops, I didn't get that YouTube link.
So this is very similar. Like if I create my text in a doc, which is like my brainstorming, so that when I go to do the web page, I can focus on my creativity and less on the writing and the editing of it.
Correct. And so you're just going to modify it once it's in there and make it look beautiful and add context with images. So you're going to go ahead and do all that. All right. So in just a moment, I'm going to continue, and I'm going to show you a new way to do this, because we have
Tanya,
a different.
There's a question from Miss Rivero about going over how to do the video.
Okay.
You want to maybe add the video
so
again?
Some students want you to review how to copy the video. Okay, no problem. All right. So let me show that and review that. Okay. So I did my split layout. I'm going to press the plus button. Oops. I'm going to grab the text, all of it. there it is. Now, when I get to the part for the video, what I need to do is I need to either, if you know how to cut, that will just immediately copy the text and it will delete it. So that's what I want to be able to do. If you just
Command or Control X, depending on your machine. Usually it's a Control X or Command X, or right click and a cut. Highlight, right click, cut.
I'm gonna click on cut. Okay, not copy. So cut. You could copy, but then you have to delete it. And then I'm going to click on the plus button, and it's going to have the word video. So I'm going to click on that video, and then I'm going to right click again, just so I'm showing you what I'm doing. And I'm going to paste the link in and press save. And there it is. So you need to,
and on Adobe Page,
I'll show it one more
on
time.
Adobe Page, we need the link to the video. We are not uploading a video that we created, downloaded, and then uploading.
No,
we are pasting
the
web
link that exists. So it could be a YouTube link, a Vimeo link, it could
Vimeo link,
an Adobe Express video link. Yeah, exactly. Nice. All right, so I'm actually going to just go ahead and delete this one because this is a duplicate.
Bisection.
There we go. So you should have those two sections. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay.
And notice that she used split layout both times, but to make it visually interesting, instead of having a picture on the left for both sections.
Looks like I lost Jeff, but that's okay. We will continue. I'm actually going to add in Jesse.
I'm here.
So Jesse will continue me. I think maybe Jeff.
I think what Jeff was trying to say was that it's great that you can mix and match the visuals, and so you don't always have to have something on the left-hand side and text on the right. That you could actually make it more visually interesting. Oh, Jeff, hi. How are you?
You kicked me out, Jesse. That's what I want to know.
I actually didn't do anything, but Tanya put me on while I was waving my head so she could see I was ready to step in. I'll go back to the shadows now. And
okay.
And work. Hi,
I just took him out. All right. So we have people who are backstage. So
wow. Yeah.
All right. Are we ready, Jeff, for the next section?
We are ready. And I'm very excited about this.
By the way, if you were questioning if we were live.
We're definitely live. And so we're creating 4 sections, and I just love the design of this. So we've got 2 split layouts. As Jesse just mentioned, the reason to make it visually interesting, we switched where the image is. Now, to make it even more visually interesting, she's going to show you another way of using image and content.
Absolutely. All right. So what I'm going to do now that I have the 2 split layouts, is I'm going to use a new one, and that's going to be Glide Show.
Oh, this makes me so excited.
Glide Show is beautiful. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to click on Glide Show. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to be adding 2 images as my background. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm actually going to use the remaining 2 headers as the images that I'm going to be looking for. All right, let me click out of this.
That one keeps showing up.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click on vertical farming, right? Because I grabbed it from here.
Absolutely.
All right. And I'm going to search for an image for vertical farming. So vertical farming means that it's going upwards, because when you're doing something vertical, the farming is happening in a vertical way. So I'm looking for examples of vertical farming. So this is an example of vertical farming. So I'll use that one as my first. And the second one I'm looking for are these virtual reality meetings, because that's the next one that we were going to look at. These are green technologies. So I'm going to click on virtual reality meetings, and I'm going to grab that.
There we were.
There we were. There we are. Look at us. So I'm going to click on save.
That one's me.
Is that you? Yeah. We should be there now. That will be over. Okay. So I can actually move the text box around. Okay. So I'm going to do I do, and then we will do we do. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. It looks like somebody is in a virtual meeting.
Oh, no, no. Make him go away.
What's
All right,
happening?
I'm going to move him back. He's in his meeting right now. All right, I'll get him back later. So what we're going to do is now, can anyone guess? Jeff, can you guess what I'm going to have you do?
Yeah, I'm thinking in split layout, we had the image on one side and the text on the other. Now we get to take this the text box and put it wherever we want on the page. And it
That's
looks
correct.
like if it's a glide show, maybe that text is going to glide with the picture we chose. But
Exactly.
in both cases, we chose images that match the main idea of the information.
Exactly. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on text because I copied the text. I went back in like we were doing before and I copied the text.
Same exact copy.
Yep. And now I've pasted it. So Jeff, watch this. I'm going to give my header. Remember, I'm going to center it.
Center it.
And then I'm going to cut the texts, the text of the link, because I'm going to paste it.
I think it's our last video we're putting in.
That's correct. This is the last video. And voila. Okay.
I love the way this looks.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
There it is. So look how gorgeous this looks in here. Okay.
And notice, so as she scrolls or glides, it reveals the second image. So that's where it got the name Glide Show. So it's the same idea of the split layout, but it just creates a different experience for the viewer.
Absolutely. And then I can learn more about it, right? Vertical farming rather than traditional horizontal agriculture uses vertically stacked layers to produce more food in a much smaller space. Often these layers are integrated into buildings such as skyscrapers, warehouses, or other spaces that would otherwise be unfit for farming. So this is really important because when we think about the fact that like our population is getting larger, which means that we don't have as much land to farm traditionally, we need to find alternative ways so that we can feed the population. And so we can use space differently. So if you can vertically farm, you can make food in cities in a way that you couldn't do if you didn't have that innovation and that technology. So I would definitely watch that video. These are really great little strategies for Earth Day to think about ways that we could save energy and be innovative to help our planet. So the next one is going to be virtual reality meetings. And this one does not have a video. It actually has a link that we can, that like takes us to more information. So I'm going to grab all of it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back. Again, I'm going to choose texts. I'm going to paste. Same thing, header 2. Yeah. Center it.
And notice on the Google Doc that Tanya shared with you, she very intentionally had the title and then a space and then the main content and then a space so that when she pastes that text into Adobe Page, it creates separate text boxes, which is a very smart way to do it. So this is another reason why it would be a great idea to do your content writing on a separate document and then bring it into Express, because all it took, as she was just doing, a couple clicks, and she has now formatted her header. She has now been able to cut or copy whatever she needs from the artifact that she's going to put in.
It makes it very easy.
And in this case, it is not.
And listen, we've been doing this just for the last 35 minutes, and we're almost done. And we have this beautiful page. So I'm gonna cut this text.
And that looks like a web address to an article.
It is a web address.
Right? Okay.
So this is virtual reality meetings. A University of Michigan study found that a virtual conference produced 66 times less greenhouse gas emissions than an in-person meeting in San Francisco would have due to commuting alone. So virtual reality, which is something we are doing right now, right? If you really think about it, virtual meetings, maybe not the reality part, maybe not this component of it.
That's Jesse's fault. That's Jesse's fault.
So maybe not that part, but we are still able to communicate virtually, which is really good for the environment. But what I'm going to do is I have a link to a blog post to learn more. So I'm going to create a button and I'm just going to say more information. Okay, so this will give me a link to another place that people can find more information. So we've looked at a Vimeo video, we looked at a YouTube video. In this case, I'm going to paste. I centered that link. It's a blog. Okay, and I'm going to, there we go. So now watch what happens when I go into present mode. So when I click on present, you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like when I present it. How cool, right? And look at this. It even has all
and credit for all the images that I used from the Adobe stock photo gallery.
Yep. So I'm being a good digital citizen, and it has all of the credits. So
that's one of your best qualities, Tanya.
I am a good digital citizen. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on share. Actually, before I do that, Jeff,
should we take a minute?
Yeah. Well, let's take a minute and then I'm going to show you.
Let's change maybe themes, huh? What if
I'm going to show them 2 more little things that they can do. Okay. So at this point, Jeff, what should we have? We should have
our banner, and we have our title. Notice we followed green technology. Our subtitle is our names. And as I scroll down, you will see that we're going to see sections. The first section here should have been on transparent solar panels. And in that case, we added the text, we added the video, and we added a relevant image. And then we added another split layout, but we reversed it to make sure we wanted the image on the right. So this is about wave energy. So it was almost identical to the first, and it is in concept. We have the title, we have the text, we have the video, we have the image. And then we went with the split layout. Now, just like writing on that Google Doc made us more prepared to create our content in a smart way, we were by using this glide show, we have to make the decision in advance how many images that we want in the glide show. Well, we had 2 more sections left. So that is why Tanya chose 2 pictures, one of vertical farming and one of virtual meetings, so that the text box follows that image. So we did the same copy paste, but just in a different way. So instead of having the image to the side, we have the whole image behind the text, and it glides over the image. And notice how so if she moved this one to the right, the text, and if she went up to the vertical farming and moved it to the left, it would be mimicking the way that we did the split layout. Assuming it would move, or it's just going to stay in the center. There we go.
Yeah.
So we have almost the same
There's one
layout.
more thing that I want to show everyone, okay, about how I can modify the theme, okay? Because I can go here and I can click on themes. And if I want, I can play around and I'm able to choose a theme. And what it'll do is change the font, maybe change the background color. So there's a few of them that you can choose from. All right. This is vintage. It's kind of cool.
And in the same way that we made smart choices with our images to represent the text, be smart with your theme. Pick a theme that represents, if you're going to do that, try to see if does that theme help me get my ideas across.
I like this one. I'm going to do this one. I did Luca. Okay. So when I'm ready, Jeff, and when you're ready, students, and if your teacher wants you to, if you create something that your teacher would like you to turn in, what you would do is you would click on share and you would go to publish and share the link and create the link. You can't just turn in the link without publishing it. Jeff, why is that?
Because if you don't have it published, the link doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't go anywhere.
I could give you, and I can't get into your Adobe Express with that link because you haven't shared it with me.
It's a web page, so it needs to be, in order to share it, like once it's published, okay, I would need to share it out. So I'm going to grab that link just so you can see what it looks like. And I'm going to paste it. And this is what I would turn in on Canvas, or Google Classroom or Teams or Schoology or whatever it is that you use to get things to your teacher when you turn it in, that is the link. It would be the one that I pressed on share and publish, and I grabbed that link. And when I'm done, this is what it looks like. That's when beautiful. I'm ready to turn it in. Look how cool. There it is. So this is, look at that. We did it in 45 minutes, friends.
Now, what if I misspelled the word green?
I could always go back in and make a change.
There, and then what do I have to do?
And then I would have to go to share, publish, and update the link. But once the link is turned in, you don't have to turn it in again. You would just update that link. So that's a good question, Jeff. So you can always go in and fix your mistakes and just update the link once it's submitted. So that's really nice. You're never stuck. You don't have to turn it in and turn it in and turn it in. You just update the link.
You can continue to revise all you want. You just need to remember to update the link.
Absolutely. So friends, I want to thank you because I know we're at time and we promised you that we would be doing this for 45 minutes. And I know you have other classes you may have to get to or other specials, but we want to thank you so much for you coming out today.
All the amazing teachers for coming to share their students with us. That makes my heart full. Thank you
all. So you can expect that we will be doing these again. Okay. We will have, yes, Ms. Rivero, it is recorded and it is possible to rewatch. It is, if you go back onto the YouTube link, you should be able to access it. And I will send a follow-up with our recorded link for today as well. It might be one from one of the sessions I did today. So you will probably get maybe this one or the one from 9 a.m., but it's the same activity. And so, yes, Ms. Rivero, you are definitely able to watch it again. And we want to thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes.
You can definitely expect that we will do these again. We will have one every month. I know that for some schools here in the South, we're almost done, but we will be doing them every single month. Oh, Ms. Sanchez, thank you. We're so happy that we had you come. We will do these again every month. You can expect that we will do a theme around different themes of the year, and you can come and create with us and learn more about ways that you can create with Adobe Express, and your students can follow along live, and we will share all of the new updates or activities that they can learn new updates. Well, thank you, Ms. Scheer. We're so appreciative of you as well. So thank you, everybody. Be on the lookout. I will send a follow-up email with the recording, and definitely look out for more information about upcoming opportunities for your students. I want to thank you, Jeff, for being my amazing co-host today. And I want to thank all of you amazing students. Thank you.
Yes, who are now. And a shout out to all of the new published authors in the world. So you have published a web page.
Look at you, you guys are amazing. You can now make web pages. So thank you. And go forth and create. We will see you soon. Happy Earth Day. And we look forward to creating with you again next time. Bye, everybody.